Good morning guys, I am in Bulgaria. I am in the city of Ruse, Bulgaria's 5th biggest city. I'm actually off somewhere else this morning. I just stayed the night here because Ruse is right across the bridge from Romania, right on the edge. So it was a good spot to kind of stop over, stay a night and then carry on. Getting on trains in Bulgaria is so much harder than anywhere else because their alphabet is different. So the name of a place, like to me, looks totally different written in Bulgarian. So I've had to ask people like what train do I go on and show them like the name of the place I want to get to and just trust that they're telling me the right train. So apparently I get the train from here. These Bulgarian trains aren't exactly what you call full. I'm the only one in the carriage. And I think there was like 2 other people that were in here. They're both gone. And it's only like maybe like halfway through the trip and there's just like nobody on the train. Good morning guys, it's the next day and it is cold. It snowed overnight, so it's -4 at the moment. I'm rugged up but I'm still pretty cold. I am now in Veliko Tarnovo, which is so much fun to say. I had the biggest mission last night. I got to the train station and my plan was just to get a taxi, but there were no taxis around whatsoever. And I was like, that's okay, I'll try like the Uber, you know, Taxify, Grab, all the ones I could think of. I don't know if Grab's really a thing in Europe, but I tried it anyway. None of them were available in the area. So I was like, okay, I'll call all the taxi places. Called them, went through the list on Google. None of them spoke English. Nobody knew what I was saying, so they just all hung up on me. So I went around, there was hardly anybody there because it was probably about 6 o'clock at night and it was pouring with rain, it had got dark already, there was hardly anybody at the train station and this is like a little train station. I asked around, nobody there could speak English. I asked the lady at the information desk, because she was the only person there that was behind the desk, if she could call me a taxi, but she didn't know what I meant. So I was like, that's okay, maybe I'll just start walking and I'll find a taxi. I started walking out, realised the train station was nowhere near the city or the town. There was no footpath, just a countryish road. So I realised that plan wasn't going to work because there was like nothing. I went back in and I had a picture of like a taxi on my phone. I showed it to the lady, the last person that was there at the desk, and she was like, oh yeah, and she ran off and I was like, oh yes, she's gonna call me a taxi. But she came back with a number for a taxi, which I'd already tried, and I tried to like ask her if she could call it for me. She didn't understand anything I was saying. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I went to the main road to see if there were any taxis coming along, and I tried to wave some down but they didn't see me, and I tried to wave down a bus and they didn't see me either, and I was like, I know how it feels now to be stuck on like a deserted island trying to wave down a plane and they don't see you. I was like, what am I gonna do? I was like, who do I know that can speak English? And I'm like, well, I don't know anybody here. But then I decided I would call my hostel. Thankfully, the girl that worked there spoke English and I was able to ask her to call a taxi for me. So she did, and I got to my hostel, which is amazing by the way. It's called Hostel Mostel. I'm actually staying in a private room there for $24 a night, and that includes an all-you-can-eat breakfast and dinner. This is how cold it is today. Look at this, it's so thick. It's so cool, it's kind of got like a spiral effect. But anyway, this is a fortress, it looks incredible. This feels like a place that should be overcrowded with tourists, but as you can see, there's no one here. And here's the next entrance point. The ticket office was not clear, and I saw this little machine on the side coming up this path, and I thought, oh yeah, that's where I buy my ticket. So I put the money in, waiting for like my little paper ticket. So many coins. And a coin came out. Wait, I think this one's the entrance fee. And I thought, oh, maybe that's like, you know how some places you go and you put the coin in and it kind of lets you in? I thought maybe it was like that. Turns out it was a souvenir coin machine. The ticket office is before you get to the fortress, and there's like a row of shops, and it's next to the restaurant. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the fortress, so I'm just going to pop it down below. It's ginormous. Apparently it takes at least 2 hours to explore. It dates back to the 12th century, and Veliko Tarnovo was actually the capital for a very short period of time. They think that Veliko Tarnovo was established 2000 BC, so that makes it like 5,000 years old. It's beautiful, and I've got it all to myself. So yeah, let's go explore.
This road, it takes me home where skies are blue. I walk this road because I know it leads to you. No matter when, no matter what, I have a place to go.
This fortress is so big. This would have been like a doorway, and then you would have went into like all the little places. Found the prison cell, I'm assuming. Looks cozy. According to the sign, this was a palace. The medieval palace back in the day. So here we go. I'm about to visit another palace. I think it's just being held up by scaffolding. Oh, I'm going here though. This looks like a proper room. Just have to be careful not to get dripped on, because this is the current situation going into this palace. It's so dark in here. I suppose they had a big fire over here. Man, it was this dark in the daytime. Imagine it at night. Here's the staircase. I wonder if I can go up. If it starts to get slippery, I'll retreat. There's a few dry bits, so I'll just stand on them and hope for the best. You don't really want to slip down here. Alright, nearly there. 2 more steps and I've made it. More rooms. More stairs. Can I go up these? Yes I can. Oh, my batteries, don't have to change that in a sec. Spider webs, back away. Fireplace. And more stairs. Just keep going up, see how high we can get. I didn't even think you'd be able to go in it, let alone go up like flights and flights of stairs. Wow, look at these icicles. Let's go up. And I think we've reached the highest point that's left. Here we go. Here's the upper view of the palace and the giant flag. It's the highest point of the fortress that's left. Welcome to Bulgaria. Looks like it went up further, but alas, no more. I think it's safe to say this is the oldest palace I've visited so far, my adventures. Found another room. Interesting. Bit of a dead end. Wonder if there were like stairs down there. I get the feeling there may have been. It would have been cool if I don't even know if they do guided tours, but they have like a guided tour and then you actually know what you're looking at. There is information, but it's not in English. If I came yesterday, it would have been like spring. It would have been sunny and warm, and now it's snowing. We've come to a restaurant just next to the fortress on like the main street. When I heard that one of the national dishes in Bulgaria was called a Satch, I was like, I need to try that. Pretty much what they do is they get a clay plate and they cook all the food on that. So I'm really interested to see what it is, and then I think they put special sauce on it. This looks so yummy. Let's see what Satch tastes like, shall we? Mushrooms. I'm happy there's mushrooms involved. There's a nice mix of vegetables here. That sauce is yummy. This is perfect for such a cold day too. 8.5 Satch approval. Veliko Tarnovo is stunning. These icicles are just like added to the decoration. Check out the size of this icicle, or these icicles. Oh my goodness, that is ginormous. Here's another view of the fortress, just so you can see how big it is. It is ginormous. I'm guessing those wee little room things I went into were like the residential houses. So cool though. Just see this massive medieval ruin, and then there's like a small one there. Everywhere I've been in Bulgaria has been so different. You've got your mountains. I was just walking along and I came across these horses. You've got your beaches. Burgas is a seaside city and I'm so excited to be back and reunited with the sea. So much history. I've never seen anything like it before. It's blown me away. It's so diverse.
The shines on everyone. Yeah, the best is yet to come. The future's